Ladies and gentlemen, this is not an accident. You didn't stumble on this video by chance. This metaphysical prayer was searching for you, pulling you here, because your breakthrough is closer than you think. Before this video ends, I want you to check your bank account with expectation, because something is about to shift in your favor. Stay with me till the last word, because missing even a second could mean missing your miracle. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. And drop one word in the comments prayer. Also, subscribe to my other channel, link in bio. Every word you speak carries a vibration. It's not just sound leaving your mouth, it's energy moving into the universe, shaping circumstances, opening doors and commanding realities. The ancient scriptures remind us that life and death are in the power of the tongue. That's not poetry. It's metaphysical truth. When you declare words of abundance, you are activating frequencies that call money, opportunities, and resources to align with your life. Think about it. The entire universe was spoken into existence. Light appeared because words summoned it. The seas parted because a command was released. And if such power rested in divine utterance, then your words, which are created in that same image, are not ordinary. They are instruments of creation. Metaphysical prayer is not begging. It's not hoping. It's commanding energy through words that are filled with conviction. Every time you say, I am wealthy, I am abundant, I am debt-free, I am aligned with divine provision, you are sending out signals that cannot return empty. Just as a seed planted in fertile soil must sprout, your spoken affirmations must manifest when aligned with faith. But here's the danger. Many people unknowingly pray poverty into their lives. They say, I can't afford this. Money never stays with me. Life is too expensive. And every one of those words is also a metaphysical prayer, attracting lack, closing doors, and keeping them bound. The universe doesn't differentiate between positive and negative. It simply responds to energy. A powerful example of this comes from modern science. Dr. Masaru Emoto's experiments on water molecules showed that words, thoughts, and intentions physically shape the structure of water crystals. Positive words created beautiful, symmetrical patterns, while negative words resulted in chaotic, broken structures. If your body is 70% water, imagine what your words are doing to your own life, structuring or shattering your financial reality. I once spoke with a businessman who was drowning in debt. Every time he opened his mouth, he would say, I am broke. I never have enough. I told him, your words are writing your bank statement before it arrives. I challenged him to shift his prayer to begin declaring, money flows to me in expected and unexpected ways. I am a magnet for resources. Wealth belongs to me. At first, it felt like a lie to him, but within 90 days, contracts that had been delayed for months were suddenly released, and payments started flowing. His bank account reflected the power of his shift in prayer. Here is what you must understand. Wealth does not begin with money. It begins with words. You could hold $1 million today, but if your words are aligned with poverty, that money will vanish. On the other hand, you could be at zero today, but if your words are aligned with abundance, wealth will find you. Spoken words are like passwords. They open access to dimensions of supply that your eyes cannot see yet. So when you engage in this metaphysical prayer, you must be intentional. Do not pray casually, hoping something might change. Pray as though heaven and earth are leaning in to listen. Pray as though your words are writing checks in the spirit that will clear into your bank account in the natural, because that's exactly what is happening. And let me make this clear. You are not forcing money to come to you by magic. You are aligning your energy with the divine source that already promised to supply your needs. You are opening channels of creativity, clarity, and opportunity that were closed when your words were out of alignment. Your declarations call forth favor, sharpen your mind for ideas, and position you for doors you didn't even know existed. Pause for a moment and reflect. What are the most common words you use about money? Do they invite abundance or reject it? Do they open doors or close them? If your financial reality today is not what you desire, trace it back to your words yesterday. From this moment on, let your metaphysical prayer sound like this. I live in overflow. Money serves me as I serve my purpose. I am open to divine increase. Wealth flows toward me because I am aligned with abundance. These words are not wishful thinking. They are energy, they are frequencies, they are codes. And when you speak them, the universe must respond. Every time you declare them. Imagine your bank account shifting. Imagine numbers increasing. Imagine opportunities multiplying. Your mind may resist at first, but faith is not about what you see. It's about what you decree until it becomes visible. The power of metaphysical prayer is this. What you repeatedly declare, you will eventually hold. Metaphysical prayer is not about empty repetition of words. It is the alignment of your inner conviction with the vibration of abundance. Words carry power, but without belief, they are like checks with no signature, beautiful on paper, but useless in the bank. Belief is the signature that authorizes your prayer to release wealth into your life. Think about it. Every financial transaction requires currency in the spiritual realm. That currency is belief. When you pray with doubt, you are like someone trying to buy a treasure with counterfeit money. The universe cannot release what you don't truly believe you can receive. But when you pray with conviction, when every fiber of your being says, "This is mine," then unseen doors begin to open because you are no longer asking, you are claiming what already belongs to you. One of the greatest challenges people face is that they pray for wealth with their lips, but their hearts are filled with doubt, fear, or even guilt about money. They say, "I am abundant," but deep down, they feel unworthy. They declare, "Wealth flows to me," but then they check their bank account and allow disbelief to cancel their words. Here lies the secret. Metaphysical prayer is not about what your eyes see. It's about what your spirit believes. Science confirms this principle. Neuroscience has shown that the brain cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is physically experienced. This is why athletes practice visualization training. They rehearse their victory in the mind until the body performs it as though it already happened. In the same way, your belief in prayer is the mental rehearsal of wealth until it becomes inevitable. Let me share a story. A woman I once counseled was constantly declaring affirmations of abundance, but nothing seemed to change in her finances. I asked her a simple question. Do you believe money is holy or evil? She paused and admitted, deep down, I feel guilty about wanting money because I was raised to think wealth is greedy. That belief was sabotaging her prayer. Her words were saying one thing, but her subconscious belief was saying another, until she reprogrammed her belief to see money as a tool for good. Feeding the hungry, creating opportunities, building a legacy, her prayers could not manifest. Once that shift happened, opportunities for income began to pour in, because her belief finally signed the check her words had written. This is why you must treat belief like currency. Ask yourself, am I rich in belief or am I bankrupt? If your bank of belief is empty, your prayers will bounce. But if your belief is overflowing, every word you speak will manifest with force. Here's how you strengthen belief. Visualize daily. Don't just say, I am wealthy. See yourself walking into the bank. Imagine the screen of your account showing overflow. Feel the gratitude of holding a check in your hand. Visualization programs the subconscious to accept wealth as normal, detached from time. Many people destroy their prayer by worrying about when it will happen. But belief does not operate on human clocks. When you plant a seed, you don't dig it up the next day to check. You trust the soil. Likewise, trust the process. Anchor your faith with gratitude. Gratitude is proof that you already believe it's yours. When you give thanks for wealth you haven't seen yet, you are demonstrating absolute conviction that it is on its way. Another powerful truth: belief is contagious. If you surround yourself with people who constantly speak lack, fear, and doubt, their vibration will weaken your faith. But if you walk with people who speak boldly about abundance, who believe in miracles, who expect increase, your belief will multiply. That is why community is part of metaphysical prayer. Iron sharpens iron, and faith strengthens faith. Belief also requires alignment with your actions. If you declare, "I am wealthy," but constantly engage in habits of lack, overspending, procrastination, ignoring opportunities, you are sending mixed signals. Belief is proven by behavior. If you believe money is coming, you will prepare a place for it. If you believe opportunities are aligning, you will sharpen your skills. If you believe divine provision is yours, you will stop living in fear of bills and start living in expectation of overflow. Pause here and ask yourself, do I really believe my words, or am I just repeating them? Because prayer without belief is just noise, but prayer with belief is an unstoppable force. When belief ignites your words, the universe must respond. Just as gravity pulls objects to the ground, belief pulls wealth into your life. It doesn't ask permission. It doesn't wonder if it's possible. It commands reality to rearrange itself. So as you continue this metaphysical prayer, don't just speak believe. Let your heart, your emotions, your imagination, and your behavior all agree with your words, because when your belief and your prayer are in harmony, your bank account will not just change, it will overflow. Gratitude is more than saying thank you. It is a magnetic force that opens the doors of provision and keeps the flow of wealth moving toward you. When you pray metaphysically, gratitude is the key that turns your words from desire into manifestation. Without gratitude, prayer feels like begging. With gratitude, prayer becomes receiving. Here's the principle: you cannot attract what you resent, and you cannot multiply what you take for granted. Many people pray for money, but they despise the little they already have. They look at their paycheck and complain, it's not enough. They look at their wallet and say, this is all I've got. What they don't realize is that the energy of complaint closes doors, while the energy of gratitude opens them wide. Think about the story of the 5 loaves and 2 fish. Before the miracle of multiplication happened, the master gave thanks. He didn't curse the small portion. He didn't complain that it wasn't enough to feed thousands. He lifted it, gave thanks, and in that moment, the miracle of abundance was activated. Gratitude turns scarcity into overflow. The same applies to your finances. If you can't give thanks for the small deposits, why would the universe trust you with larger ones? Gratitude proves to divine supply that you are ready for more. Every time you look at your bank account, even if it's smaller than you want, say, thank you. I am grateful for this. I bless this money, and I know more is on the way. Those words shift your vibration from lack to abundance. Psychology backs this up. Studies in positive psychology show that people who practice daily gratitude are not only happier, but also more productive, creative, and resilient. This means they naturally attract better opportunities. Gratitude literally reprograms your brain to see possibility instead of limitation. When you train your mind to be thankful, you begin to notice opportunities that were always around you, but hidden by negativity. I once spoke with a young man who was drowning in bills. He hated checking his account because it made him anxious. Every time he got paid, his first words were, "It's gone already." I challenged him to shift his language. Instead of saying, "It's not enough," I asked him to say, "I am thankful that I have money to pay this bill. I am grateful that I have the strength to earn. I bless this money, and I know it will return multiplied." At first, he felt awkward. But within months, unexpected refunds, side opportunities, and even gifts began flowing into his life. Gratitude shifted his vibration, and the universe responded. Here's a simple truth. What you appreciate appreciates. Just as investments grow when you nurture them, money grows when you bless it. If you treat every dollar like a seed, it will multiply. But if you treat every dollar like a burden, it will vanish. So how do you apply gratitude in metaphysical prayer? Start every prayer with thanks. Before asking for anything, declare gratitude for what already exists. Say, "Thank you for the provision I have now. Thank you for the wisdom to manage it. Thank you for the wealth that is on the way." Bless your money every time you receive income. Whether a paycheck, a gift, or even a coin on the street, hold it and say, "I bless this, I multiply this." This is a sign that greater is coming. This small act of gratitude amplifies energy. Give with a thankful heart. Gratitude is proven not just by words, but by generosity. When you release money with gratitude, whether to charity, a friend in need, or as an offering, you signal to the universe that you trust the flow. You're not afraid of running out because you know more is coming. Journal daily gratitude. Write down 3 things you're thankful for about your finances every day. It might be as simple as, "I am thankful I had money for food today." The more you train your mind to see provision, the more provision expands. Gratitude also destroys envy. Many block their wealth because they resent others' success. They see someone prosper and think, "Why them and not me?" That vibration repels abundance. But when you celebrate others' success with genuine gratitude, you align yourself with the same frequency of wealth. You tell the universe, "I am ready to join them." Pause for a moment and reflect. When was the last time you truly felt thankful for money, no matter how small? If gratitude hasn't been part of your prayer, that may be why the flow feels blocked. Metaphysical prayer requires you to believe as though it's already done. Gratitude is the proof of that belief. You don't wait for the money to arrive before you give thanks. You give thanks first, and the money follows. That is the posture of receivership. So the next time you finish your metaphysical prayer, don't rush to check your account with anxiety. Check it with gratitude, even if the numbers haven't changed yet. Say, "Thank you, because I know increase is already in motion." Gratitude keeps the channel open until the manifestation becomes visible. Because gratitude doesn't just change your account, it changes you. And when you change, your reality must shift to match. Metaphysical prayer is not complete without visualization. Words and belief set the foundation, but visualization paints the picture of the future you are calling into existence. When you visualize wealth, you are rehearsing your abundance in the spirit. Before it shows up in the physical, the mind becomes the canvas where your financial destiny is drawn. Here's the truth. You cannot receive what you cannot see. If your imagination is filled with debt, lack, and fear, your life will reflect exactly that. But if your imagination is filled with abundance, overflow, and opportunities, your life will gradually rise to meet that vision. The inner image always becomes the outer reality. Visualization is not fantasy. It is creation. The greatest inventors, leaders, and builders all saw the invisible before it became visible. Thomas Edison saw the light bulb in his mind before it lit up a room. Airplanes existed in the imagination of the Wright brothers before they ever flew. Wealth is no different. You must see yourself wealthy before you ever hold the evidence in your hand. Think about it. The universe responds to clarity. If you say, "I want more money," and visualize nothing, the energy you release is scattered. But if you close your eyes and imagine logging into your bank account and seeing 6 figures, or imagine yourself paying off debt with joy, or imagine walking into opportunities that expand your income, the energy you release is focused. That focus magnetizes the very experiences you pictured. Athletes have used this principle for decades. Olympians rehearse their performance in their mind thousands of times before stepping onto the track. Research shows that mental rehearsal activates the same parts of the brain as physical practice. That means when you visualize wealth, your brain begins to rewire itself to behave as if you are already wealthy. This shifts your decisions, sharpens your creativity, and draws you into alignment with abundance. I once worked with a woman who always said, "I want financial freedom," but she could never picture it. Her mind was filled with images of bills, creditors, and stress. I encouraged her to create a daily visualization ritual. Every morning, she would close her eyes, take deep breaths, and picture her dream life. Her home paid off, her business thriving, her children smiling. She even visualized herself writing, "Paid in full" on her bills. Within a year, she had paid off thousands in debt and started a successful side business. What changed? Her inner picture shifted and her reality followed. Here's how you can apply this in metaphysical prayer. Create a clear vision. Don't just say, "I want money." Define what financial abundance looks like for you. Is it being debt-free? Is it $10,000 in savings? Is it a successful business? The clearer your vision, the stronger your prayer. Use all your senses. Don't just see wealth. Feel it, hear it, taste it, smell it. Imagine the feeling of swiping your card without fear. Imagine the sound of your phone pinging with deposits. Imagine the smell of your dream home. The more senses you engage, the more real it becomes to your mind. Visualize daily. Just as you eat daily to nourish your body, you must visualize daily to nourish your spirit. Even 5 minutes of focused imagination can shift your vibration. Anchor your visualization with words. As you see the picture in your mind, declare it with your mouth. This is my reality. I am already walking in this abundance. It belongs to me. Words and visualization together create a double force of manifestation. Visualization also destroys fear. When you picture abundance consistently, your subconscious stops panicking about lack. It begins to believe that wealth is your natural state. And once your subconscious accepts that, your actions begin to align automatically. You'll find yourself making smarter financial choices, spotting opportunities you once ignored, and walking boldly where you used to hesitate. But beware of one mistake: don't visualize lack. Many people spend more time imagining what will go wrong than what will go right. They picture eviction notices, empty wallets, or failed opportunities. That negative visualization is still prayer. It's just a prayer for poverty. Shift your imagination toward what you desire, not what you fear. Pause here and ask yourself, what pictures dominate my mind every day? If your imagination is filled with fear, train it to shift. Replace every negative picture with a vision of abundance. Remember, your mind is a projector and life is the screen. Whatever film you play inside, you will eventually watch outside. Visualization is simply choosing the film of abundance instead of lack. So when you pray this metaphysical prayer, don't stop at words. Close your eyes. See your wealth. Walk through it in your imagination as if it already belongs to you. Because the moment you can truly see it, the universe begins arranging itself to deliver it. Visualization doesn't just change your mind, it changes your energy. And when your energy shifts, your reality must align. Metaphysical prayer is not just about words and not just about belief. It is about the emotional energy that flows with those words and beliefs. Emotion is fuel. Without it, your prayer is like a car without gasoline. It has the right design but no power to move. When you align your emotions with your prayer, you create a magnetic charge that pulls wealth into your reality. Here's the principle. Your emotions are vibrations, and vibrations attract matching experiences. Fear vibrates low, and it attracts struggle. Anxiety vibrates low, and it attracts delay. But joy, peace, excitement, and gratitude vibrate high, and they attract abundance. That is why you must not only speak wealth, but also feel wealth while you pray. Many people make the mistake of praying from desperation. They cry, beg, and worry through their prayers. Their words may say, "I am abundant," but their emotions scream, "I am desperate." The universe does not listen only to your lips. It listens to your frequency. And desperation sends out a vibration of lack, which attracts more lack. Think of it this way. When you tune a radio, you only pick up the station you are aligned with. If you want to hear music on 101.1 FM, you cannot stay on 98.3 and complain. You must tune to the right frequency. Your emotions are that tuning dial. If you want to experience financial increase, you must tune your emotions to abundance. Science supports this truth. The HeartMath Institute has studied the electromagnetic field of the human heart and discovered that emotions produce measurable energy that extends several feet outside the body. That means your emotions are literally broadcasting a signal into your environment. If your signal is fear, people and opportunities feel it and withdraw. If your signal is abundance, people and opportunities feel it and are drawn toward you. I once counseled a man who had been praying for years for a breakthrough but never saw results. His words were correct, but his emotions betrayed him. Every time he prayed, he was filled with anxiety, frustration, and anger. I told him, "You're not praying, you're panicking." I challenged him to stop praying from fear and start praying from joy. Every morning, before he prayed, he put on music that lifted his spirit. He danced, laughed, and stirred gratitude in his heart. Then, when he declared his affirmations, he did it with genuine joy. Within months, his business doubled. The difference was not in the words, it was in the emotion behind them. Here's how you can align emotion with prayer. Stir gratitude before you pray. Think about the blessings you already have. Remember the times provision came unexpectedly. Let gratitude fill your heart until you feel it, not just think it. Then begin your prayer from that state. Use visualization to spark emotion. As you picture your future abundance, allow yourself to feel the joy as if it has already happened. Smile, laugh, breathe deeply. Let your body experience the emotions of wealth before the money arrives. Choose uplifting environments. If you pray in an atmosphere filled with negativity, it's hard to stir positive emotion. Create a sacred space, a corner of your room, music that uplifts you, scents that calm you. Let your environment help your emotions rise. Replace fear with trust. Fear may come, but don't let it dominate. When fear whispers, "What if it doesn't happen?" respond with faith. It's already happening. Speak trust until your emotions follow. The truth is, emotion is contagious. When you carry joy and peace, others feel it. They are more likely to help you, support you, or connect you with opportunities. But when you carry desperation, people withdraw. This is why aligning your emotions is not just spiritual. It is practical. It shifts the way people and circumstances respond to you. Pause for a moment and reflect what emotions dominate your financial life. Do you often feel anxious about bills or peaceful about provision? Do you feel excited about opportunities or hopeless about the future? Your emotions are prayers in themselves. They broadcast louder than words. Metaphysical prayer becomes unstoppable when your words, belief, and emotions are in harmony. Imagine standing in prayer and saying, "I am abundant," believing it in your heart, and feeling the joy of it as if it's already true. That triple alignment releases a frequency so strong that reality has no choice but to respond. Remember, money itself is neutral. It responds to energy. If you carry bitterness, guilt, or fear about money, you push it away. If you carry joy, gratitude, and peace, you invite it in. This is why your emotions must be aligned with wealth before your account reflects wealth. So the next time you pray, don't just speak the words. Don't just try to believe. Let yourself feel. Let your heart dance in advance. Let your emotions radiate wealth. Because once your emotions vibrate with abundance, your reality must eventually align. Emotion is not weakness. It is power. And when that power flows through your prayer, miracles happen. Metaphysical prayer is powerful, but prayer without action is incomplete. Words shape energy, belief fuels it, emotions charge it, but action opens the physical channel through which wealth flows. Money does not fall from the sky. It comes through opportunities, ideas, and actions that you must take. Prayer prepares the atmosphere, but action collects the harvest. Here's the principle: manifestation is not magic. It is alignment. When you pray for wealth, the universe responds with ideas, connections, and doors. But if you do not act on them, the flow is blocked. Many people pray for increase. Yet when opportunities knock, they hesitate, procrastinate, or dismiss them. They think prayer alone will deliver wealth like a package at the door. But prayer is the signal, and action is the receiver. Without both, the transaction is incomplete. Think about the farmer. He can pray over his field all he wants, but if he never plants seeds, no harvest will come. In the same way, your metaphysical prayer sets the soil of your life, but your inspired actions are the seeds. The farmer doesn't control the rain or the sun. That's divine. But he does control whether he plants, waters, and harvests. Your wealth works the same way. I once met a man who prayed every morning for financial breakthrough. He was faithful in affirmations, visualization, and gratitude. But when business ideas came to his mind, he dismissed them, saying, "That's too risky. I'll just wait for God to provide." Years passed, and nothing changed. I told him, "The provision you are waiting for is hidden in the idea you are ignoring." The next time an idea came, he acted. He started small, launching a side business. Within 2 years, that business replaced his job. The prayer worked, but it required his cooperation through action. Here's how inspired action aligns with metaphysical prayer. Stay alert for ideas. After prayer, your mind will often receive flashes of inspiration. An idea for a business, a person to call, a skill to learn. Don't dismiss these thoughts. Write them down. They are the seeds of your answered prayer. Move in faith, not fear. You may not see the entire plan. You may only see the first step. Take it anyway. Wealth rarely arrives in one giant package. It comes step by step through faith-driven action. Prepare your environment. If you're praying for wealth, prepare a budget, learn financial management, or open an account for the increase you expect. Action signals readiness. Just like a farmer builds barns before the harvest, prepare yourself for abundance before it arrives. Be consistent. One action may not change everything overnight, but consistent actions compound. Every day you invest in your dream, build your skills, or manage your money wisely, you are aligning yourself with your prayer. Prayer without action leads to frustration. You declare, you visualize, you believe, but without action, nothing changes physically. On the other hand, action without prayer leads to burnout. You work hard, but lack the spiritual alignment that brings ease and flow. But prayer and action together create unstoppable momentum. Consider this story. A woman prayed for increase in her finances. During prayer, she felt impressed to start baking and selling bread. She laughed at first, thinking it was too small. But she obeyed the nudge. She baked a few loaves, sold them to neighbors, and word spread. Within a year, she was running a bakery with employees. Her wealth did not arrive by chance. It flowed through inspired action. This is why it's called inspired action. Not just random busyness. Anyone can stay busy, but only inspired action is aligned with divine flow. When you act on ideas born in prayer, you are moving with the current of abundance instead of against it. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what ideas have I been ignoring? What actions have I delayed? Because those very actions may be the doors to the wealth you've been praying for. Metaphysical prayer will change your energy, but action will change your reality. The opportunities are already around you, but they respond when you move. As the old saying goes, God feeds the birds, but he doesn't throw the worms in the nest.